Hello, Jen here, and it's been a while since I have done an update on my mouth expansion process. And so I wanted to hop on and give you guys a quick update and show you the progress that has occurred over the past few months. I just got back from the dentist. I go every month for an adjustment, and today was pretty exciting day for me. They removed the bar that was up top, which I'll kind of show you where it was, and the bands that have literally been around my molars for like the past 2 years. So that was amazing to get that piece removed, because now my palate the upper palate has expanded to the right size, and it is noticeably different. Like, there's so much space up there for my tongue to rest, which is where our tongue is supposed to be, is to just rest gently in that upper palate. And for so many of us, it doesn't, because for some, there's just not enough space. And so your tongue falls, and that can cause a whole host of problems. And this starts early in childhood. And that was the case for me. And so now, through this process and working with my dentist, and then also a couple other practitioners, including an orofacial myofunctional therapist, which helps with tongue exercises and just getting the tongue used to being up on the upper palate. And now with the expansion in the palate, there's space there. And so it has a very nice home to be. Yeah, it feels so incredibly different than it did, a year ago, 2 years ago. And so now the main focus at this point is to move the molars forward, because I've got quite a bit of space in between some of my teeth because of how much the palate has expanded. So I'm gonna kind of show you what's going on at this point. So obviously the braces are still there, and this is the last phase. The braces are the last of 3 phases, and the longest phase as well, because it really depends. The braces, for one, they were continuing the expansion of the palate, so it required these types of like true orthodontic braces. You couldn't do Invisalign or anything like that. Obviously, I would have gone with that option had that been an option. But the braces were still continuing to expand the upper palate, and then they're also going to help move the teeth in the back forward and close up spaces. And so I'll show you now, like you'll be able to see one of the spaces that I now have on the side. If you can tell, there's a big space back there. So those 2 back molars are gonna be moved forward. And then same on this side, the space isn't quite as big. And so yeah, so that's the big thing. I also have rubber bands that I wear during the day and at night, from the top to the bottom on both sides. And that has really helped close my bite, because there was a while there where like my front teeth wouldn't go over my bottom teeth, and everything's moving, it's all a process. And so now they do. Now I can actually close my bite, which is nice. So yeah, everything is literally coming into alignment, and it's wonderful. But so I had a bar on the top, so I'm gonna open my mouth and kind of show you. So now there's nothing up there. I had a bar that kind of went like that, and I had bands on these back teeth that the bar connected to, and that was supporting that continued expansion of the palate. And now that expansion is complete, and that bar got to be removed today, so that was super exciting. Like, every little piece of equipment in here that gets to be removed, I'm like, yes, that's it. That's a huge win. So yeah, so here we are. One thing I've noticed, well, over this whole process, I've noticed my facial structure change. I like when I look in the mirror and when I see pictures of me now versus me a year ago or 2 years ago, for me, the facial structure looks quite different. It may not to other people, but I see myself every day, so little changes are quite noticeable. But what I've observed is more definition in the cheekbones, and I feel like my face is almost like longer now. It's not as round. Like there's more of a defined jawline. Like I did not have that before because now my jaw is coming forward. So if I turn to the side, I don't know if you can tell, but I can tell like there's more definition. And yeah, just things, to me, my face looks different because now my upper palate's larger and my lower jaw is now more forward than it was previously. So yeah, so that's where I'm at. I don't know how much longer I have in the braces. It really is dependent on how quickly these teeth move. And so I'm just going to talk to my teeth every day and cheer them along, encourage them to move. So we'll see. But yeah, the whole process has been now, I was just thinking about this earlier. I was like, when did I get started with this? But I started with the first phase right at 2 years ago. So we're at the 2-year mark. I've had the braces for a year. And that the first phase, which if you go back and watch previous videos that I did, that first phase, I had a removable device on the bottom that aligned my jaw and moved it forward to where it was supposed to be because, and if you don't know the whole story, the symptom that I was experiencing that led me down this path was ear pressure. And it turned out that my jaw was, because it was adapting to just the small palate, your lower jaw adapts to your upper palate. Because it was adapting, I started experiencing crowding in my lower teeth, and the jaw was slowly moving back, and to the point where it was literally pushing up into my ears and causing pressure. So the minute I got that first device that brought my jaw forward and repositioned it, the ear pressure was gone. So the symptom relief was pretty quick. And of course, like the process to actually fix the issue, correct everything, is the upper palate expansion to make space for everything and to allow that jaw to stay forward. And then the braces to realign all the teeth. And so yeah, so it's been 2 years to this point. So I had the lower jaw, I had the removable device on the bottom, and then I had the upper palate expansion device, which was in the upper, and it was a permanent device that I wore for about 4.5 months, and then I got the braces a year ago. So yeah, so that's the journey up to this point. And yeah, I encourage you, if you haven't watched previous videos, to go back and watch those. If you're dealing with TMJ, ear pressure could be a thing too, or any other potential issues, oral issues or facial issues that might be related to your palate, your tongue posture. Airway can be another one. That's a very common one. So if you are dealing with upper airway restriction or sleep apnea, that's very much connected to the mouth, the tongue posture, and the breath. So if you're not breathing through your nose, And oftentimes, you know, it's all linked. So nostril breathing, tongue posture, palate size. So looking into that could be a potential solution if you're experiencing some of that. So comment below if you have any questions or if you're going through something similar. And yeah, there's the update as of now. Until next time, bye.